everyone, and welcome back to Higurashi When They Cry. Tatarigoroshi. Tatarigoroshi. I practiced that beforehand and I still messed it up. Tatarigoroshi. Chapter 3. Chapter 3. So, we're just gonna start out of the gate. I think this chapter is about Satoko, the gremlin. I'm pretty sure. So we're gonna learn more about her past and junk like that. So, Tatarigoroshi. There we go. Tatarigoroshi. Man, curse, or coincidence? How are the conjectures inside you solidifying? I look forward to whether those conjectures will waver or become a cornerstone in this scenario. Hey!
Just in time for Higu, let's go.
Hey, Dirk, let's go! Thank you, thank you! I look forward, right. This difficulty is the worst. You'll probably not even be able to make conjectures. Bruh. What does that even mean? Whenever it says difficulty, I never understand it. Okay. I'm pretty good, how are you? Okay, start. What was that? Child? The snake in the well was happy, for it did not care what was outside the well. The snake in the well was happy, for it had naught to do with what happened outside the well. And you were happy too, for you did not know what happened outside the well. What happened inside the well. This is a work of fiction, and resemblance to any persons or organizations is entirely coincidental. AD 1983, the early summer of the 58th year of the Showa era. Oh god. Of course, we start out like this. It was a very humid day. Not even a slight breeze was blowing. It had not an unpleasant summer. That had been an unpleasant summer. One that wasn't only hot, but sweltering so. There were various articles of clothing hung out to dry in the messy apartment windows, but the lack of wind evoked an impression far removed from the coolness. In fact, it only felt more oppressive. There were crooked houses and apartments lining the narrow, twisting road. In addition, there were planters and flower pots whose contents were beginning to rot, as well as bicycles and cars on the sides of the road, making it even more cramped, more oppressive, and all the more sweltering. Nobody who was in the place at this time was visiting it voluntarily. Oh my god. But in spite of what everyone might expect, a single motorcycle came rolling in. A lone motorcycle, which couldn't be called neat, even as a flattery, pulled up to a two-story apartment complex and stopped there. A man fairly old and wrinkled, stepped off. When the housewife hanging out the laundry noticed him, she called out, "Well, hello there." I'm guessing that's how it sounds. It's quite a hot day again, isn't it? Oh, you got that right. Feel like I'm gonna boil out here. Alright, landlord. I didn't think it would be the first thing you said. Huh? Sorry. The fluorescent lights, right? Completely forgot. No, not that. Don't you smell it? There's a terrible smell about. I've been smelling it since this morning. What? Of death? Wait, what's this? It reeks. The sewers get backed up again. Do something about it, landlord. I've had to keep my nose plugged all day long. You'd still look plenty lovely plugging your nose, my dear. Oh my god. That was an unhygienic drainage channel running behind the apartment. The lattice from which it flowed was stuffed with branches and fallen leaves, and when filth got caught up in them, it created an awful stench in the summertime. Could you tell the municipal office about it? The drain will end up buried at this rate. Well, yikes! It's completely blocked. It'll start to back up if you poke it with a stick. The man crossed the fence over the drainage channel and picked up a filthy drawing pole sitting nearby. Must have planned to stick it into the drain and clear it out. Wait, landlord, stop that. If you mix it all strange, if you do that, it will smell terrible. It smells, if it's clogged, it smells if it's mixed. Which should I choose? He shoved the drawing pole into the filth with the lattice. course, it did nothing to help the accumulation of waste. Ugh. It's a dead cat. Oh, jeez. This is the health center's job. Cats and dogs smell awful when they die. A bamboo pole is not going to do much good. Garbage bags, old clothes, they throw all kinds of stuff in there. Is that a duck I see? Well, of course it stinks. The nerve of some people. Oh my god, wow. Drainage channel was already unsanitary. What was a little more garbage at this point? The stream of such imprudent people was never ending, and now this channel had turned into a garbage dump. What does this have to do with anything? When he approached the pile of old clothes floating in the sewage, a black cloud of smoke floated out of the water. Dude, that is literally like actual black mold. Two of them grimaced in the terribly bizarre and repulsive sight. Ugh, we've got maggots, Someone must have thrown kitchen waste in.
Landlord. That?
What? Just more garbage.
Landlord? That's...
Oh. Eh? 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 I see. It is a dead body, isn't it?
Oh, hello. Good work today.
Ugh, what a terrible stench. Hey, someone cover that thing with a tarp. It's in plain sight in the 2-floor houses. Identity of the deceased unknown. Sex female. Age estimated to be late 20s or early 30s. Late 20s, early 30s. So, would that be the girl that was with the photographer? Time of death about 2 or 3 days ago. She was probably abandoned after death. Naked too? Figuring out who she is will be rough. Contact the community division and ask if anyone's gone missing. They probably weighed her down so she'd sink. Then the weights came off and she floated to the top. Why in a drainage sewer of all things? Wouldn't it have been better under an overpass or in the mountains, you know? And it would have been better outside her jurisdiction, right? It looks like they never wanted to hide the corpse at all.
Did they do it so she could be found? As a warning or something?
The slice in her stomach definitely wasn't from a fish eating her. She was cut open and her insides were dragged out. Really made a show out of killing her. Doesn't the Chinese mafia do these sort of traditional punishments? Ask Shige-san in section 4 if he's had any trouble with Yakuza. On it, sir.
Still, what a terrible way to go. Hey, don't our innards poking out like that sort of look like a salad soba that you get in Kyoto?
Oh my god! Wow. Okay.
Maybe if you stuck chopsticks in, noodles would pop out. See?
Why? Don't. That's a crime. That's pretty much a crime, I think, isn't it?
Please, give me a break.
Intestines were pulled out and her ears and nose cut off. That's definitely not how I want to go. Her fingers are in a bad state too. Her long nails stuck in all of them on both hands. What kind of torture was this anyway? Well, I have no clue. Pretty sure this isn't Takano. I have no idea who it could be then. Nails in the fingers. Callback. Yeah, that has to have been Mion's doing. Or Shion's. Wasn't it? They knew how to do that. The most relaxing time during the school day? Lunch. For sure. Everyone brought their desks side by side like always, and we all ate together.
Oh my! Mion-san, if I may say, your lunch looks quite appetizing today.
Oh, wonderful gremlin Satoko. Welcome back.
There are so many different things. It's wonderful.
Satoko and Rika-chan looked at Mion's lunch, shouting gladly. Let's have a look. Probably just some dead person. Yeah, Nipa! Let's have a look. Whoa! I just packed in some leftovers from last night. All the elders were having a drink party in my house yesterday. Wonderful Nipa party. I managed to nab some of what they didn't eat.
So that's why they all look like snacks that you could have to sake.
They're leftovers, mere scraps of food, but when arranged in a bento box so cleanly, they look impressive. Looks like part of a full-course meal at a high-class restaurant. People seem to decide if the they like things mainly based on their first impression. So I thought maybe the taste of bento would be proportional to how pretty it was when you opened it.
You may seem unrefined, Mion-san, but you are positively splendid at arranging food like this. The room is nice and tidy too. Mi-chan is a lot more organized and polite than everyone thinks.
It's all the same once it's in your stomach. I'd have thought Mion would say something like that, but to think she had this kind of taste. Can't judge a book by its cover. Mion was careful in everything she did. Never misstepped, faltered, or messed up. I see, she is our club president after all.
Yours is nothing to scoff at either, Rena. Your crab kamaboko flower is very pretty.
You know, Rena, your lunch always has, like, an art to it. Like, it has a rabbit-shaped apple slices and carrot flowers and junk. And stuff, not junk. Rena's bento wasn't all about taste. It was like she always puts her heart into it, or something. It wasn't just good, it made your insides all nice and warm.
Thanks. It's not quite as good as Mi-chan's, but I wanted to make it really cute. Oh.
Unhealthy version of salad fingers. What? Oh, yeah. Cooking isn't about skill, it's about love. In that sense, I don't even come up to your feet. What? I don't even come up to your feet. What, the love? What are you talking about? Love, huh? Yeah. Just from looking at her bento, I could definitely feel that Rena put her heart and soul into making it. That's what her bento was like.
The taste isn't all that counts for bento. How it looks also matters. I suppose we must learn from this too.
Huh. Let's see, Satoko and Rika-chan's up-and-coming bento. Whoa.
Ta-da! Ho ho ho! Yesterday our neighbors shared some meat with us, so we ended up grilling it for our bento.
These ones, too. They had such an impact. They were bursting at the seams with grilled meat. At a glance, it was too impactful for a girl's bento. Oh, wow, really? But when you thought about eating with all your friends, it brought more than enough color to the table. Wow! At first, it looks like the kind of crude bento a jock would eat. But there's so many different things here. Like boiled spinach and soy sauce and skewed hijiki.
Rika-chan, you're really good at making these kinds of unaffected cooking, huh? Yep, I think Rika-chan will make a great wife when she grows up.
Dude. 1980s, huh?
I have a tight hold on my future husband.
Do you? Husband for Rika-chan, huh? First, it sounded appalling. Did, but I felt like a married life with her would be anything but normal. Really, everyone was amazing. They're also young, and yet they're also capable of cooking for themselves. I would sort of cook whenever I was camping with my family, but making lunch every day was a level I definitely couldn't reach. I could only really cook in my spare time. Yeah, me too. When I thought about it like that, it really made everyone stand out more. Frankly, I respected them. Huh? I feel like maybe this doesn't only apply to other people. To think of it. This morning, I was eating breakfast half asleep. I think my mom was saying something really important. Huh? What? The hysteric groan and suddenly stood up, startling everyone at once.
What's wrong? Wrong. You'll make us choke if you shout like that so suddenly, you know? There's rice coming out of your nose, Satoko.
I'd forgotten. All this stuff about cooking for yourself, it applied to me too. Did it? What? What's going on?
Eiichi? Mom and Dad need to go to Tokyo again for business.
Yeah? Sleepy.
Your dad's mentor fell ill right before an event he was taking part in. Very important event, and they need someone to fill in.
Oh, he forgot his lunch. Well, Dad does that. Does what he has to do for his job. Yum, 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 yum.
So your dad and I, you see, we need to go to Tokyo as fast as we can to help with the event. Might as well have to stay there for a few days, depending on what happens.
Sounds annoying.
Well, we're gone. We won't be here, so you'll need to make your own meals yourself. Are you okay with that, Keiichi?
I'll be fine. Humans can do anything when they're desperate.
That's so.
That's a relief. You can at least cook rice, right? You can make miso soup as well. And you just buy some side dishes and you'll have a meal. Meal? Yeah. I can cook rice with my camping kit. Never used a rice cooker before. How have you never used a rice cooker before? Come on. Yum, 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 yum. Only I've ever made instant miso soup that you can make in a pot of boiling water, too. Well, I'll think of something. Yum, 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 yum. You can cook for yourself, then you don't need much money, do you? No eating out, it's too expensive. You're at the age where you should learn about cooking and personal finances now, after all. Yep, I'll get by. He's totally not paying attention. No, I won't! What was I thinking? I was half asleep and I made such crazy empty promises. Just like the manga characters always do at times like these, I bent over backwards and scratched furiously at my head. Squish, 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 squish. Tsukichi starved to death, the end. Never used rice cooker before, but that's probably because we've never got one. I asked for a rice cooker for Christmas. Because I love rice. Now I cook rice all the time.
Huh? Eiji-kun, your parents sure have it rough. Anyway, you need to put things in order while they're gone.
Anyway, food! My parents aren't here, I have to make it all myself, you know? This huge emergency.
Did you not simply give up and cook for yourself? Eiji-san, did you not make a fabulous curry dish for the curry party previously?
Listen here. My mom taught me how to cook that curry when we camped. It's the best I could do. I can't eat the curry 3 meals a day. I mean, it's just junk food in the first place. There's no nutritional balance whatsoever, and it's just completely... Stupid shh! You and Satoko put their hands over my mouth. Oh, you can't talk bad about curry. A moment later, the door rattled open, and Chie-sensei, a known curry maniac, suddenly poked her head in.
Did I just hear someone bad-mouthing curry?
No, we didn't say anything. Everyone's faces went totally white, and they all shook their heads in denial. Her eyes rolled over the classroom. Her glare wasn't just the teacher's ordinary stare.
Is that so? Must have been the wind.
Chie-sensei gave one more look around the classroom, closed the door, and went back to the teacher's lounge. Oh, that's so good. I may have been shouting, but for her to hear it all the way across the hall in the teacher's lounge, that teacher is terrifying. Kei-chan, you can disparage other foods all you want, but you might want to stay away from curry. At least as long as you live in Hinamizawa. Okay. I'm sorry. That's what I said, but still, I can't have curry for every meal. Cup ramen is good because you can eat it once in a while. If you ate it for every meal, you get bored of it pretty quickly. Rice and miso soup and a good side dish. Yeah, that's what a Japanese table should look like.
Why can't you just try to cook for yourself? Rice you make yourself is really good.
This old man thinks it's more of a pain than good. Experiencing every once in a while must be nice.
That's right, life is all about experiences, right? But when you cut your fingers or burn yourself, it's so sad, so very sad.
With everyone encouraging me like this, I started to feel like maybe I could do it if I tried too. Though approximately one person didn't sound like she was encouraging me. It's a skill I'll have to learn at some point since I want to live on my own one day. Maybe learning now wouldn't be so bad. I'm pretty uneasy about it, but you're right. If I don't understand how to cook a few things around here, then I won't be in a good shape next time our club does a cooking showdown.
Oh, you're correct. That clever trick of yours in the last curry contest won't work every time after all.
Because of scorning me, Satoko ridicules my comeback from a hopeless situation in a certain do-or-die curry showdown. What are you so relaxed for? You relied entirely on Rika-chan back then, didn't you? What did you cook at that time exactly? Oh, so that still happened. That still happened in this timeline or whatever. Put a bag of salt in Rena's curry, a bag of salt and Mion's rice, and you flipped over my pan. Relapsed into my grudge over the last curry showdown. For now, I calmed my unquellable anger by pinching Satoko's ears.
Ow! My attack was because that's what they were doing for club. I may not look like it, but I could do a bit of cooking.
Can you now? Even when you couldn't peel one carrot during the showdown and had to get Rika to do it? Don't be so daft.
People get better every day, you know. You always think I'll be crummy at cooking, then you're quite mistaken. Right, Rika? I have to watch or else I get worried about the pot and the flame. Sometimes you forget to turn the gas off, too.
Everyone burst into laughter. That shouldn't be an issue with cooking, but I would never do that.
I don't want to hear that from someone who eats nothing but cup ramen.
Rice and miso soup and a side dish is what Japanese make their tables. Oh my god, that joke. That's so bad.
But Satoko can cook pretty well for herself, you know?
Rena, it's fine. You don't need to force yourself to cover up for her like that. No, she's not trying to cover up for her or anything. Just that Rika-chan's cooking is by far the best of all of us, so hers doesn't stand out. Satoko's mastered the basics too, right?
At the very least, she can cook rice and miso soup. Well, she can't quite tell the difference between cauliflower and broccoli, though. They're both the same anyway once you boil them.
Satoko erupted into anger, making two fists and swinging them above her head. Everyone laughed a lot after that. Wahahaha! Yeah!
Ugh! The others don't matter. I cannot stand being laughed at by you, Keiichi-san.
Yes, perhaps I do lag behind everyone else in terms of cooking skill, but at least I'm confident I'll never lose to you, Satoko. Not to you, at least. Wow.
What was that? You have the gall to say you're confident. That's what's daft here. I might not seem like a good cook, but I take turns with Rika, you know. I can cook just fine for myself, thank you.
I see. Good for you being able to cook. Oh my god. I'll buy some candy for you as a present later. I patted Satoko on the head while I made fun of her. Satoko seemed to know I was making fun of her too, since her face went bright red very quickly. Steam started to pour out of like she was a kettle.
You don't believe me, do you? Anyway, I can cook far better than you can, Keiichi-san.
I see. And if you can tell me the difference between cauliflower and broccoli, I'll believe you. Come on, let's hear it.
The green one is broccoli. Or, no, the yellow one? Cauliflower is red, blue, green.
Is she colorblind? What's going on? Come on now. What color is broccoli? Not red, blue, green like television. Come on, say it. Satoko can cook just fine without knowing what color broccoli is, white. She's colorblind, yeah. Good for you. Oh, that's so mean. Oh, stupid KK. What? Oh, it's nothing to cry hysterically about. So goddamn cute. Jesus Christ. I stroked her head as hard as I could. Ruffle. You're going to act so smug, then you can surely show us something better than Satoko. Remarked Mion, giving me a slightly mean smile. Actually, well, I had no confidence at all in my cooking. The situation carried me along, and I decided to deliver an impressive declaration. Just you wait. Tonight, I'll make the best darn meal you've ever seen. I'll make a little too much to pack it for lunch tomorrow, and you'll be so surprised you'll fall over.
That sounds like fun. I can't wait for lunchtime tomorrow.
Rika-chan petted me on the head. Her words of can't wait sounded so transparent.
Rena's excited too. I promise I won't laugh no matter what you make.
Alright, so maybe I'll go all out on my bento tomorrow too. Then let's do this. Let's have a bento showdown tomorrow. As a club activity, of course. And we'll throw a punishment game too.
My, what an ingenious idea that is. How's that, Keiichi-san? I'll give you one chance to back down.
Sayoko? Sayoko. Satoko. What? It's the Y right next to the T on the keyboard. wiped their tears and smiled at me as if this was a chance to turn things around. Maybe this is bad? I feel like maybe the conversation is getting pretty out of hand. Oh, if I apologize, now's my chance? What come out of my Keiichi Maibar's mouth was a statement so reckless it even frightened me. Yeah, you're on. My bento tomorrow will knock you right out of your shoes. Whoa! Everyone raised their voices in surprise at my bold, confident reply. Now I've done it. What have I done? I'm so irresponsible.
Oh, Mion-san, what sort of fantastic punishment game will we have to play if we lose?
Satoko grinned fearlessly. I have to say it was already decided I'd be playing a fantastic punishment game. Let's see. Okay, how about this? Whoever loses tomorrow's bento showdown during lunch break tomorrow has to go up to Chie-sensei as she's eating in the teacher's lounge and say bad things about curry.
Oh, heck! Mii-chan, that's... How terrifying.
Everyone went pale and gasped at how truly terrifying the punishment game was. Chie-sensei was a maniac about curry that she'd risk her life for it. Go up to her and start saying bad things about curry? What kind of fate would await us? Trying to imagine it was scary. Everyone looked blankly amazed at the terrifying punishment game. Rika-chan spoke.
Tomorrow's contest will be decided by skill. Rena and Mion and Satoko, everyone nodded.
Rena, Mion, and Satoko, everyone nodded deeply in agreement.
Although Keiichi-san's problem might be his own dinner tonight, rather than tomorrow's bento.
Need to get that 100k for a horror game that's going to take forever. Yeah, good luck, man. Good luck. I made it difficult on purpose. Ho ho ho. Ha! How disappointing that you can't witness what an amazing dinner I'm going to make tonight. I'll let you have a glimpse of it in my bento tomorrow, so look forward to it.
That's quite a lot of grandstanding. You know what will happen if you come to us with something terrible, right?
I just can't wait. How much trouble you'll be in with Chie-sensei tomorrow, Satoko.
Yes, I can't wait either. See you, Keiichi-san, groveling before her and begging for forgiveness. Saying it all with her tears streaming down your face. Yes, I can just see it now.
What was that? Yank. Stretch. Both of us on verge of tears pulling each other's cheeks. Stretch. Do people do that in real life? I feel like that's just an anime thing that people do, you know? Trying to muster all your desperation by placing yourself in a predicament. Kei-chan, that's so manly.
That isn't manly or anything of the sort. It's called being reckless. Can't even cook well. Stretch. Rena believes in you. I'm looking forward to your wonderful bento. I'm looking forward to very much seeing Keiichi tomorrow as well.
Expecting gazes were painful. I was just trying to tease Satoko a little. How did it come to this? Yeah, gotta look forward to it. How am I able to say such reckless things? Being so unresponsible, unreasonable. What the heck is going to happen to my dinner? In the bento showdown tomorrow? No, more importantly, if they make me say bad things about curry to Chie-sensei's face, what will happen to me? The extreme contrast between my outward bravado and my internal screaming continued as the hot and humid June afternoon dragged on. And now, stuck at home, and we have to make the bento. That entire day, middle school was over, the whole time. My meal tonight and my bento tomorrow were the only things on my mind. Now I thought about it. Made my mom seem amazing for planning 3 meals every day of the year. Complained before about having the same meal in a row once in a while, but now I know how rude that was. More importantly, what am I gonna do about the punishment game tomorrow? Besides that, what am I gonna eat tonight? Woohoo.
Keiichi-kun? Keiichi-kun?
Huh? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking about stuff.
About what to make tonight? About what to make tonight? Or about the bento showdown tomorrow?
Ugh. She hit the mark. Couldn't find anything to say. The facial expression made obvious the fact that she hit the mark.
For tomorrow's showdown, I think if you do your best to make a bento, you'll be fine. Nothing superior to a bento you tried really hard to make by yourself.
Tomorrow's showdown is one thing, but what about dinner tonight? I suddenly get food poisoning. Couldn't make any more bluffs. I exaggeratedly drooped my shoulders and heaved a sigh from the bottom of my gut. Rena laughed in a shrill way when she saw me do that.
Eiji-kun, you don't have any confidence in your cooking at all, do you?
So I've been found out.
Well, looks like you can't do it no matter how hard you try. You can always give Rena a call.
Really?
No, if you try really hard first, okay? You can't rely on others without first struggling yourself.
Rena seemed naive, but sometimes she was instructive. She didn't just spoil people unconditionally. Rena always seemed like an adult at these moments. I absolutely can't do it. I'll call you. Though the chances are extremely high.
Go for it. Yay! You're grandstanding so much, Satoko-chan, that you'd have to try your best.
Hey, about Satoko, how good is she at cooking?
She's at least better than you.
That was so direct. Hit me pretty hard.
You're making fun of her a lot, too. Maybe you should have to struggle a little bit.
Rena, you're pretty mean.
Rena isn't cute. Isn't all cute. All cute.
Now that I've provoked Satoko that much, I couldn't just make some crummy bento. I can't believe how loose-lipped I am.
Okay, bye. Good luck. On the cooking. Show everyone that you can do it if you really try.
Yeah. Moved my hand absently in response. Leaving me with words of encouragement and a few pieces of super beginner advice, Rena disappeared past the trees. The horror game I have in mind is I already played and hated it. Well, why would you want me to play it if you hated it? You want to see me suffer? Is that what this is? Oh my god. Yes! Both of you! Oh my god. Wow. Fine, I'm desperate. So what? I may not know the ABCs of navigation, I neither have a sea chart nor compass. Still, one idiot taking on the ocean of a great cooking age alone. And his name is Keiichi Maebara. Let's go. Time to cook. My enthusiasm is peerless. If energy and recklessness was all it took, I could take over the world. However, there are plenty of things in the world that can't be achieved with resolution alone. And cooking was probably the top contender. Therefore, even if it was hastily prepared knowledge, I wanted something to help me. I made up my mind and fished through the kitchen cabinets. I was on the hunt for a cookbook. My mom should have had a few of them. For a complete amateur like me, the first thing I needed was information. Just like he who'd cross the ocean needed a compass. For me, a cookbook was absolutely indispensable. Oh, here's one. Its worn out, wrinkled cover made it feel somewhat reliable. Okay, as long as I've got this, well, it's easier to give it a shot than think about it, right? Anyone can concoct the taste of a gourmet chef as long as they have a cookbook. Cookbooks are great! With such optimistic thoughts filled my chest, I flipped through the pages. However... What? Whoa. Play with technical terminology like toys, but just couldn't see how to actually make things. Oh, you knew it all along, Keiichi Maebara. Anyone could make delicious food just by reading a book. There would be no such job as a gourmet chef in the first place. Yeah. Nah, I doubt there would be any mini-games in this. There's no gaming in Higurashi. It's reading. Legit. First off, it calls for 3 teaspoons. But which spoon is that? It keeps saying to use however much you like. How much exactly are you supposed to use? Stop using such obscure expressions. Drain out the water in a colander and salt and pepper to taste? What the heck is a colander? And strain it out like stretching? Can't stretch water droplets like meat? And besides, how much salt and pepper is that supposed to be anyway? Aren't there any beginner-friendly guides out there? Man, if Keiichi knew what the internet was, you know? Won't do you any good to yell. Pull off, Keiichi Maibara. Think calmly, calmly. For now, I'll leave the side dish until after. Cooking issue, 100%. The rice is more important. I have to cook the rice or I can't start. I know a little about how to cook rice. I didn't cook it with my camping kit when camping all the time for nothing. I'll wash the rice. That should be enough water. And which is it? Is it this button? Oh, the lamp turned on. Yeah, fully automatic rice cookers are one of the 3 sacred treasures after all. Now pleased by the rice cooker set, I pulled myself together and decided on take on the miso soup next. Miso soup I made with day camp was all the instant kind after all. Well, it would be fine if I just melted the miso into hot water, no doubt. I'll boil the water, put in the miso. Huh? How much should I put in? Let's see here. The proper amount according to the number of people and your taste. Enough with the vague expressions. Fine, I'll put in the proper amount. Crush the bag of miso in my fist and put half its contents into the pot. Well, is this really okay? Maybe it's a little too hearty? They say miso soup is best when it tastes strong. Come to think of it, my mom's miso soup is a little thin. Maybe I'll like it better with this much in it. That out loud is trying to convince myself. Then, convinced by my own words, I nodded to myself. Alright, the rice and miso soup were probably fine. Next, the side dish. Well, what should I make? Something I could make that would add color to the meal? That's it. Why don't I stir fry some vegetables? Yes, that's always the good thing to go to. Eat vegetables raw too, and they won't die just from a bit of fire. I was so cute then, not realizing my thoughts had fallen from what would look great in a meal to what would be easy to make. Yo, love Higurashi? Good. I also love Higurashi. Though I've never read it before, so going in blind. There are quite a few vegetables in the refrigerator. What kind of vegetables go into stir fry? Bean sprouts? Cabbage? Chives? Onions? Can you put cucumbers and lettuce in? For now, I grabbed a nearby cutting board, cut them in chunks, and tossed them into a wok. It's gotten pretty exciting. The true worth of men's cooking? Hey, this is actually getting kind of fun. All of a sudden, there was a pile of vegetables in the wok. Alright, next is salad oil. Glug, 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 glug the salad oil. It'd be more exciting if I filled it to the brim. Oh, do not. Keiichi, don't do it. Oops, a bit leaked out. No point about something so minor. Yeah. My throat tissue, hope nothing bad will happen. Bro, you'll be fine. You'll be okay. I hope you feel better, Sumo. The great Keiichi Maibara's cooking is exciting. Okay, let's turn on the heat. Whoop. Oil fire moment. Yeah, exactly. Whoosh. Salad oil filling the wok to the brim caught fire and flames reached up to the sky. Amazing! Maybe I can be an Iron Chef too. What if I'm really good at cooking with fire? Those words were spoken by delusion. I was saying something outrageously careless. But when the words came out, they sort of convinced me. Yes, I am an Iron Chef. Ow, hot, 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 hot. Right as the crazy pillar of flame started to burn to the ceiling, I finally realized that the fabulous cooking before my eyes had accumulated into an actually life-threatening disaster. Wait, what? Could I have been doing something insane? Yeah, and now your house is burning down. The force of the flame grew stronger and stronger. Wait, what? What? Yeah! What in the world are you doing? I stopped the flames this instant! Quack. Somebody forcibly struck me in the back of the head. When I turned around to see what was going on, to my surprise, I saw Satoko and Rika-chan there. They broke into my house! Satoko! Rika-chan! I stood in wonder at their unexpected entrance. Satoko shoved me out of the way and turned off the gas. Then Rika-chan got a towel, soaked it in water, spread it out, and placed it over the pot. She continued to soak more towels, put on a second, and then a third. Once a whole bunch were piled on, the fire finally stopped. All of it happened in a few moments. She burned to death, the end. Yeah, it's just him dying in all sorts of ways. Having avoided a huge fire by a hair's breadth, 3 of us gasped for air. Wait, what are you doing in my house? You're trespassing on private property!
Yes, well, Keiji-san, you've been caught red-handed in the act of arson. I was just about to turn a huge building fire, wasn't it? It would be very, very sad if Keiji was homeless after this.
After pretending to be an Iron Chef, I finally began to take in the situation. They live in his walls! Dude, that might be a plot point. What if they do live in his walls? Ugh, so that was really about to set the house on fire?
Is that not obvious? Just look at it. The ceiling is all sooty, is it not? Chimneys are the only thing that should be sooty.
Satoko was seriously mad at me. Maybe they saved my life. According to what they said, I was so absorbed in my fiery cooking that I hadn't noticed that when Satoko and Rika-chan rang the doorbell. I could tell someone was home, so they came in to check. Thank goodness they did.
If Satoko and I hadn't come, the fire engines would have been going wee-woo right now. Keiji-san, do you not understand how serious this was?
At some point, I'd sat down on my knees and I listened obediently. Ugh, I'm sorry. You saved my life.
We thought we would come in and see what a fabulous dinner you made, but as we thought, it's a mess. At this rate, we won't even need to look at your bento.
Ugh, you're mean. So you and Rika-chan came all this way just to see what I'd made for dinner.
Us being mean saved your house and your life. Now, not something to take to heart.
Yes, I'm sorry, Satoko-san. At this point, having shown them such a disaster, I couldn't exactly make any more bluffs. Completely surrendered. And you tried really hard on the curry.
And yet you tried really hard on the curry. Where did the Keiji-san from back then go? Peace.
I had all our upperclassmen help me then. I just borrowed entire pots from other teams. I didn't really cook anything.
Keiji-san, you cheated? Geez, you might have been doing what our club usually does, but that was terrible.
Pouring salt in the other team's pot seemed far more terrible to me. Satoko was in control right now, so I couldn't really respond. I obediently hang my head to her.
By the way, Keiji-san, this terrible pot, this wasn't supposed to be miso soup, was it?
Satoko stared at the pot, totally full of miso, with an awful expression. So I really did get the amount wrong. Judging by the look on Satoko's face, whatever's in the pot couldn't be called miso soup anymore. Forget the miso soup. The rice should be cooked just fine. Rice cookers these days are pretty convenient. It should just be about done.
It's not cooked. See, the inside is still all watery.
Huh? What? When I switched it on, the little light came on. Yeah, what's with the meat?
Keiji-san, the button you pushed was the timer button, okay? Set for breakfast, so it won't turn on until tomorrow morning.
Ugh. So then what? In the end, I don't have a side dish, or miso soup, or even rice. I couldn't make anything myself.
Oh, ho, 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 ho. It serves you right. So, have you finally realized your place? Come, admit it. Say it. Keiji Maibara am all bark and much crummier cook than Satoko Hojo-san.
Yeah, I'm such a terrible person and a crummier cook than Satoko. I beg your forgiveness. I fainted in agony. Rika-chan pat my head, satisfied at the sight. Satoko laughed loudly in triumph. Completely lost. In the end, I talked big, but couldn't make a single dish adequately. At this rate, I'll go without dinner. Tomorrow morning, no breakfast, and no bento for lunch either. Didn't know how many days it would be before my parents returned. At this rate, without a doubt, I'll starve to death.
Meep.
What's with the meep? Meep. Is that her saying meepa, but it's meep? Of course, I'll have no bento tomorrow either.
Meep.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is the meep supposed to be nipa? And I'm sure to get the punishment game tomorrow. Gah!
Meep. Meep.
Rika-chan kept on patting my head with a smile on her face. It couldn't possibly get any bigger. Satoko, completely appalled about how unsightly I looked, heaved a heavy sigh.
Adult men are just so pathetic, aren't they? Come on, please move yourself out of the way.
I sobbed like a girl. Satoko, displeased, brushed me aside, dumped the reins of the miso soup into the sink tidy, and then began to rinse out the pot. L plus house fire plus bad cook plus Nipa. Plus, they're in your walls. Don't worry about it, Satoko. I can at least clean up after my own mess. Couldn't have Satoko clean up all the cooking utensils I'd made a mess of. When I tried to stop her, Rika-chan pulled on my clothes.
Eiji, you can just be silent and watch.
Grinned as she said it. Be quiet and watch. What are you saying, Rika-chan?
She meant just what she said. Eiji-san, just be quiet and leave this to me.
Satoko turned around and declared, seeming bothered. If to say amateurs should keep their hands off. Her annoyed expression was a little scary. Leave what to you? Satoko didn't answer. Instead, she spun around and began to rifle through pots in the refrigerator. Hey, wait, don't mess with them too much. If you turn the place inside out, my mom get mad at me later.
Could you just be quiet already? Men aren't supposed to enter the kitchen.
Oh! Bruh! Oh!
Rika! Aye, sir?
Satoko snapped her fingers and Rika-chan got on her tiptoes, grabbed me by the back of my neck and started dragging me away. Leaving Satoko alone in the kitchen, Rika-chan dragged me back to a living room. Hey, stop, Rika-chan. Let me go already. If you leave this Satoko, then the kitchen will be a disaster.
Satoko came to see how she beat today. It's her revenge.
Revenge? Come to think of it, her face looked kind of grim. Eventually, from the kitchen, there was a sound of a faucet being twisted and a stove dial being turned. I began to hear the nostalgic sounds that made me envision dinner time. Refrigerator opening and closing, ingredients being cut on the chopping board. What did that mean? Satoko, is she cooking?
Ichi made fun of her quite a lot. Satoko wanted to show you that she can cook proper meals too.
It's listening to it like this. There haven't been any sounds of blood spilling or bursting or explosions. At this point, at least, she had proven she was a more skillful cook than me. The cooking showdown with Satoko Hojo versus Keiji Maibara looked like victory had already been decided. I recalled Satoko's slightly annoyed expression from before. I was making fun of Satoko too much today, wasn't I? Is she holding a grudge? We're just provoking each other with our usual back and forth. I also think I maybe overdid it. At the very least, I shouldn't have made fun of Satoko, who could cook for herself, and I'd never cooked other than for recreation before.
Satoko isn't holding very much of a grudge.
But she came all the way to my house and pushed her way in. Gotta be mad. Quietly took a peek into the kitchen. Definitely looked different than the usual bird brain Satoko. Her eyes were sharp and her movements were brisk to the point where it was a little scary. Then she must have noticed me because she turned around and shot me an annoyed glare. I cringed in fear and hastily put my head back out. She's mad. Totally mad. How will she take revenge on me?
That's just Satoko being serious because she doesn't want to fail. She isn't angry or anything.
How can you say she isn't angry? I've never seen Satoko be this frightening.
Eiji-san, I can hear that, you know.
Sorry! I jumped at Satoko's angry outburst and faced toward the kitchen. Felt exactly like a kid who had done something bad and got called to the teacher's lounge.
Where do you keep the miso? The refrigerator's so big, I don't see any of it anywhere.
I'm sorry. The miso is on the middle shelf in the fridge in the back of the left of the lower rack.
What is this? You close the miso package after you're finished with it. It's getting the inside of the refrigerator dirty, isn't it?
I'm sorry. But before I looked for something to wipe it with, Satoko wiped it with a wet dish towel.
I swear, how are men so bad at cleaning up after themselves? I shudder to think that you'll become an adult like this.
Gonna talk back to Satoko today. The thing I could do was obediently lower my head and apologize. Satoko nitpicked and I apologized. Good smell began to fill the kitchen.
This is how you prepare miso for the soup. Scoop a little out with the ladle and break it up with chopsticks. It's important to add a little at a time and keep tasting it. Dumping the entire thing into the pot is absolutely outrageous.
I'm sorry. I never paid attention in home ec class.
You're pathetic, I swear. Men.
Men. Am I right, girls? Grumble, grumble. I cowered at her annoyed-sounding muttering. But looking at her like this, she seemed quite good at cooking. She had been overshadowed by Ren and Rika-chan's artistic abilities. Satoko's skills were clearly enough to get passing marks.
Hey, if you have time to zone out like that, you can go sit at the table. Rika and I will be eating too, so set 3 places.
On it. Hastily took 3 people's worth of dishes and such from cabinets and headed to the dining room. When I returned there, I could hear laughter from a variety show on the television. Rika-chan was sprawled out on the couch watching television and relaxing. She noticed me putting the dishes out on the table. She came scampering up.
Dinner time is soon. Dinner at Keiji's house. Nippa!
Oh, she did a nippa! I think, is that the first time she actually did a nippa in like English? Oh my god. Rika-chan, you're in a good mood. Pretty big difference from Satoko.
Satoko isn't in a bad mood at all. She's enjoying herself more than she has in a long time.
Enjoying herself? Seriously?
She's like how she was when her niece was with her. It's really been a long time since I've seen Satoko look like she's having so much fun.
Nini? What the heck is Nini? Oh, Ni-chan? Ni-san? Whatever. Is it a sound cats make?
His brother. Satoko's older brother.
Satoko's older brother.
Name's Satoshi. Haven't you heard his name before?
Satoshi. Satoshi Hojo? Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. He didn't go to our school. Satoshi, huh? Satoko's older brother. First time I've heard of him. He had a brother, huh? I didn't know that.
He does have one.
Saying that, Rika-chan grinned even more brightly and went, Nippa! Again. Nippa!
When Satoko was with Satoshi, she always looked like she was having fun, just like this. A really long time since I've seen Satoko enjoying herself this much.
However, I looked at it. She seemed to be in a bad mood. Her good friend Rika-chan was saying it was actually the opposite. Is she really enjoying herself?
Must be remembering the time she spent with her Nini. It's nostalgic.
Nostalgic? Huh. Does she live apart from Satoko? Satoko's older brother is actually a lot older than her? Must have gone off on his own and was living by himself far away. Satoko seems like she got along with the Satoshi person.
She did. 2 of them got along very well.
Spread her arms wide to demonstrate the width of how well they got along. Friend Rika-chan, Satoko supported her docile, slightly unreliable older brother through nagging. That was their relationship. See, certainly applied to the current situation. We had me, unreliable and unable to cook with a single dish properly, and Satoko, who redid it while scolding me. Satoko have been getting a glimpse of her brother, who now lived far away, through me? She'd always nitpick whatever Satoshi did, but firmly supported him, and they got along well?
Today, she was the one. Suggested we go to Keiichi's house. Said there's no way the unreliable Keiichi-san could possibly make dinner. We had to go make it for him.
Then she didn't come here to get revenge or to get even or anything like that.
He couldn't leave you alone. And now Satoko was a proper little sister.
I was an only child. I wouldn't know how it felt to have siblings. Of course, I've never had a little sister like Satoko, but felt like in this moment, I was an older brother, obediently and helplessly being looked after by her. Without any teasing or messing around. I'm going to give thanks for her trouble. That's honestly what I thought.
Keiichi-san, you know where on earth the ladle is.
Sorry. The ladle should be over in the drawer to your right. Ran to the kitchen, got the ladle out of the drawer, and offered it to Satoko.
All done. Have you put in the bowls and things out?
Yeah, everything's A-okay.
Then let us have our meal. Rika, it's time for dinner.
I heard Rika-chan's effervescent voice coming from the dining room. Satoko turned off the gas flame on the stove and lifted up the pot of miso soup.
Could you bring the rice cooker, Keiichi-san? Be careful not to flip it over, alright?
Alright, I'll be careful. I can carry rice cookers just fine without being warned about it. Thought about replying like that, but I decided not to. No mean words or witty reports today. Retorts. Rice with steam billowing from it, and miso soup. It was a handful of side dishes. The table was a truly firm, family-oriented dinner. It wasn't weird at all or extravagant. It was a daily meal, the sort of housewife would make. It was very nonchalant and brimming with liveliness.
Let us eat. Thank you for the food.
Satoko's command, Rika-chan and I thanked her in a loud voice. I made light of you, Satoko. You've beaten me soundly.
Oh ho ho, you have a better opinion of me now? I may not be as good as Rika or Rena-san, but I still cook far better than the helpless Keiichi-san.
Yeah, I know better now. Her honestly admitted defeat, Satoko's expression finally softened. She laughed with her normally loud and cheerful voice. Jump, 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 jump. Oh, the rice is cooked really well. Though she used a rice cooker, it tastes a little different from the rice my mom made. Maybe she used a different amount of water for it? Even so, I could feel Satoko's personality from the rice, which made it taste better than usual. Miso soup was a little on the thick side, but it was still delicious. Side dishes, while not exactly flashy, tasted great as well. It was also appetizing, I couldn't stop eating. Side dishes were well done too. Satoko, you're not a bad cook at all. I gave my honest impression without a hint of sarcasm. Satoko seemed to have been expecting some, because when I praised her so honestly, she got flustered instead.
Ho ho ho, your praise honors me, but it's nothing so grand. Side dishes are just things I bought at the store and heated up. This and this, all I did was open the can. I only really make the rice and miso soup myself.
Satoko said, embarrassed, her face a bit flushed. There's none of her normal verbal abuse or sarcasm in there either. Can't make anything except rice and miso soup. When you're ready.
Oh, but when you get ready-made side dishes and put them on a table too, it turns into something fairly splendid.
My mom uses ready-made side dishes and canned goods too. It's nothing to be so embarrassed about. It's a really fantastic dinner. Give her honest praise. I've never met Satoko's brother, but Satoshi would probably praise her in the same way.
Well, I suppose it's enough now that you've come to realize that I can hold my own in the kitchen. Would you like seconds? There's plenty of miso soup still left.
Huh? That brat just awkwardly changed the subject. I realized my response had been on the mark. It made me a little happy.
We eat rice like this, it's fun. Like we're eating with Satoshi.
Sean mentioned Satoko's older brother's name again. Satoko's chopsticks paused. He looked up at the ceiling.
So nostalgic. I wonder what he could be doing right now.
She had a faraway smile, as if yearning for a friend who had moved away. While I looked, I get the impression she hadn't seen Satoshi in quite some time. Satoko realized I was giving her a blank stare.
I do apologize. Satoshi is my Nini. No, my older brother.
Okay, I see. Nini must have been a nickname only Satoko used for him. Funny to see her hastily deny it.
It was rather splendid. I was rather surprised a person with such few living skills had the ability to run away. Well, I'm sure he'll pack up shop at some point and return out of the blue.
So he ran away. Another story to what Satoko had said so cheerfully. The reason for Satoshi not living with her was a little serious. Everyone had been talking about it in such an upbeat way, so I continued to talk about him. Should I not broach the subject at all? Yeah, ran away. Sure. You know, we all know. We all know that's not what happened. Hastily took a look at Satoko's face after thinking that, but there was no trace of the gloomy expression I'd been worrying about.
Well, he's not old enough to be dreaming of living on his own. Nini won't be able to do it for so long anyway. He has no endurance. Satoshi may not look like it, but he's a very persevering person. A lot more persevering than you think. Rika, you always take Nini's side right away. You're a little too nice to him. Satsuko's just too harsh on Nini. You should treat him more kindly when he comes back.
Satsuko and Rikishan's views regarding Nini, aka Satoshi, were parallel to each other. But I could easily tell that both of them really liked him. They were so optimistic too. Even though he had run away from them, it was like they were going to see him again next week. Satoko and Rika-chan both liked Satoshi even now, waited for him, believing he would surely return. I've never met him, but I know for sure that this Satoshi person was a really good guy. I had thought Satoko would be deeply hurt by her brother running away. He had already overcome that. She was still being the energetic little sister, always full of vim and vigor, as if to say her brother would always come back at any time he liked. I thought that Satoko didn't think through anything, and just frolicked and played practical jokes every day, and that was it. But she was really... yeah.
Why are you patting my head?
I roughly rubbed a hand through Satoko's hair. Misunderstood you, Satoko. Didn't know you were this level-headed. Satoko seemed to think I was making fun of her and tried to bat away my hand. Then she saw that there wasn't even a trace of malice on my face, and immediately grabbed me her head. Share if you don't think and just frolic and do practical jokes. Yeah, dude. Literally. Heck, there was a joke there about not thinking. What is it? Head empty? Yeah. Head empty. Just frolic and do practical jokes.
Yep.
Yep, Satoko's level-headed. Sure is.
I've been level-headed from the start. I was just playing pranks on you because you always do it to me.
There was her usual provocation, but I decided not to buy into it today. You're right. You're just doing it to go along with me. You really were so level-headed. Good for you.
Is that actually a compliment?
No thoughts, head empty. That's what I was thinking of. Oh my god, thank you.
Is that actually a comment? It sounds like you're making fun of me.
I'm not trying to make fun of you at all. I'm seriously complimenting you. If I was making fun of you, Rika-chan would be petting your head too.
That's right, isn't it? When Rika-chan makes fun of people, she usually pets her head. Beep. Weekend sardines are delicious.
Rika-chan went Nipa, and her smile became even brighter.
Nipa.
Gratitude was clear as day, but it was annoyingly cute. Both Satoko and I suddenly burst into laughter. That laughter lightened up the table. The table itself was so dull and simple that I never even thought people could be laughing like this around it. Then, I finally came to realize something really obvious. Dinner is better if you're laughing while you're eating, huh? Of course it is. That's literally what I said! Oh my god.
Of course it is. Laughing makes it taste better. How rude. The food is just good because I'm a good cook, obviously.
This harmonious moment, this happy circle, is completely different than spending time with family, but somehow nostalgic. Satoko, do you want to see Nini?
I didn't say Nini. Call him my brother, please.
Hey, wait, you've been saying Nini this and Nini that the whole time. I grinned wryly and decided to call him brother, just like she told me to. Satoko, do you want to see your brother? Rika-chan stopped eating and then looked back and forth between my face and Satoko's. Satoko was smiling, and she looked like she was trying to choose her words. Just from that, Satoko conveyed her feelings. Honestly, she wished he could come home right now. He wasn't that weak. Satoko would just do what he wanted. Satoshi would just do what he wanted until he was satisfied. In return, she'd let him have the scolding of his lifetime. She'd have dinner with him and lay out his futon for him.
Well, of course I want to see him again. It's been almost a year.
Been that long already? Rika-chan smiled thinly, her eyes appearing to look far away. Dude, if someone runs away, they're not going to be gone for a year. Like, at some point, you have to think that, hey, maybe there's foul play involved. You know? Oh my god.
Well, Nini can do what he wants. It would lighten my load if he came back with more muscles and knowing how to do homework, of course.
See? You said Nini again.
Said it. I did not. I would never call Nini Nini.
Uh-huh. Wholesome moment. Things rapidly turned into the usual lively atmosphere of lunchtime at school. Nothing changed about Satoko's feelings toward her brother. She was living so bravely and so strongly. Hey Satoshi, sister's trying so hard to watch the place while you're gone, isn't she? Give it a rest. Come back soon, you got it? How does none of them think, harsh play? You know? Literally. Maybe they just run really fast. Oh yeah, sure. He went to get milk. Yeah, he literally went to get milk and never came back.
Satoko? Time to clean up or else we'll get sleepy.
When we were all watching TV while enjoying some tea after dinner, John let out a big yawn and then spoke. Satsuko and I both looked at the clock and then noticed how late it had gotten. No, perhaps we both realized it already. Just didn't want this warm moment to end. But we didn't want to say anything.
Oh, this will not do. I still haven't washed the dishes yet. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, I can do that much at least. We had great dinner, so I can't let you do the dishes too. Those people don't immediately think foul play was involved. If someone is gone for a full year after they quote-unquote ran away, who's not gonna think foul play is involved? You know? They're gone that long. It's a long time. If they ran away for a couple days, a couple weeks maybe, but a year? Like, bruh. Yeah, it's either foul play or they're never coming back. Literally. Yeah.
Are you sure you'll be alright? People who are not used to it try and wash them. The soap. The soap can make the dishes slip out of their hands, you know?
She turned into a perfect nagging little sister. It was charming and awkward. Emotions like that were all mixed up inside me. I gave her a vague, dry smile.
Keiichi can at least wash the dishes. Keiichi can at least wash the dishes. If you break one and hurt yourself, I'll give you pettings at school tomorrow. Come on.
Chan yawned again, so wide you could see her molars.
Is it really alright? Keiichi-san is pretty unreliable, despite how he looks.
Give me a break. Looks like Keiichi's approval ratings have plummeted in Satoko's mind. Don't worry, I'll clean those dishes no problem. So don't worry about it and go home. Actually, at this hour, I can't let you two go home by yourselves. I'll take you there. Let me find the key for my bike.
Once you've taken us home, Keiichi-san, he'll be the one going home by himself. You'll be in big trouble if you get lost on the roads at night and end up in Takatsudo.
Oh my god. You guys. The selection of cigarettes is so big, he's having a hard time deciding. Dude, sometimes it'll take me a whole year deciding on what milk to get.
There's no houses or lights out there at all.
I was trying to worry about them going home, but I didn't think they'd be worried about me getting lost. They're really that unreliable. He's really being critical, but yeah, this feeling I have, not bad. So I ended up not needing to escort them. Call off Satoko and Rika-chan to the gate. Thanks a lot for today. See you, I got a good cultural dinner.
If Satoko hadn't come, Keiichi would be growling and yowling right now.
And his house would be burned down.
Truly, it's really good that we came.
They really saved me. Gave them another bow filled with gratitude.
Oh yes, I put the rice and side dishes into a container, so use that for your bento tomorrow. And for breakfast, you can eat some bread and jam. Strawberry jam and peanut butter were in your refrigerators on the middle shelf to the right. Cocoa powder too is in the upper right door of the cupboard.
I know all that. You don't have to go into detail. I was about to say that, but I decided to humbly listen to her. It was then that I realized that Satoko, who had appeared to be in a bad mood, was in fact in a great one, like Rika-chan had said. And that though she nagged a lot, she was very kind.
Good night. Make sure to brush your teeth before you go to bed. You have to do it at least 5 minutes.
I got it, Satoko. I'll brush my teeth and make my breakfast for tomorrow. I'll be sure not to forget the bento.
Need to wake up earlier than usual. You won't be able to get your breakfast or bento ready. Got it? If you like, I can give you a call a little earlier to wake you up instead of using your alarm clock.
You don't have to go that far. I'll set my alarm clock to wake me up a little early. Thanks for being so concerned about me. Satsuko looked like she had more fault-finding to do, but she stopped, leaving with good night, got on her bike, and disappeared down the nighttime road. Rika-chan went to do the same, but remembered something and came back. What's wrong, Rika-chan? Forget something? Are you gonna say something cryptic to me, Rika-chan? Are you?
Keiichi, you get 100 points for today. Clap, 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 clap.
Rika-chan suddenly complimented me. Clapped her small hands. Yeah, who brushes their teeth for 5 minutes? Like, 5 whole minutes? Come on. Clapped her small hands. What was she on about? I didn't do anything worthy of praise, did I? I nearly burned down the house after all. Satoko probably felt like her Nini had come home.
I think she was having a lot of fun.
Once in a while, I want you to go along with Satoko's scolding. Oh.
In a while, I want you to go along with Satoko's scolding in the future.
Are you telling me to be like an older brother that she can scold instead of Satoshi? Because I didn't say anything. She smiled and went,
Oh.
The Satoshi person. He had such a great little sister. So what was he unhappy about? If I were Satoshi, I would never run away from home. It's so easy to say that. Satoshi had his own circumstances. Sure. I didn't know what he was unhappy with. But whatever the reason, there was no excuse for abandoning Satoko. He comes back soon. Probably can't play the role of her actual Mimi forever, you know? It's okay. You were just like Satoshi today. Just do it again until other time. That would make Satoko happy. Take on this easy role whenever I needed to. Rika!
Rika! Rika!
Satoko stopped her bite under a distant exterior light and called out to her friend who wasn't coming no matter how long she waited.
Okay, I have to go. Good night.
Yeah, night. Can't play Satoshi, but Keiji could do it. Wellness piece of baggage I need to show. Leaving me with that, Rika-chan sped off on her bike. I know where Satoshi is, at Koshien. Koshien? I don't know. And then two of them disappeared in the blink of an eye. Satoshi? Seriously, come back soon, got it? Really come home late. I'll punch you right in the nose. Try our best till that day comes, Satoko. Even if I could no longer hear the sounds of their bicycle, I stood there for a while, seeing them off. Hey Naro, how are you doing, bro? Koshien is a baseball stadium. You think I know baseball stadiums? I barely know football stadiums. I guess it's pretty popular though, isn't it, if you know it? Anyone got the bat, they asked if they were going to Koshien. Oh! How do you remember that? Holy heck. Let's view the tip. I remember all the jokes. Oh, really? Okay. Satoko's trap course, elementary. What the heck does that mean? I have no idea what the heck that means. I know one thing for sure. What is it? Satoko could fend off an entire army division by holding up in this mountain. I know all about it. Satoko was one of the Soviet military advisors that gave training on traps to that one country. Oh, is that where her name comes from? Stop saying weird things. Somebody help me. How did it come to this? What traps did we fall for, and how did we fall for them? Mion was caught profusely in thin pitfall that she couldn't escape from. Only her head was poking above the ground. Okay, so never ask what something is from you. What? What? Never ask what something is from. Yeah, ends there, right? Brenda's head was completely covered by a tin bucket. She was squirming around in a vain attempt to remove it. Either of these were really funny, but that's where it ended. At least they had their feet on the ground. Hey Chan, what about you? Think you can get out of that? Hurry up and get out so you can save this old man. You're the ones who should be breaking out and saving me, Mio, and what do you expect me to do in this freaking bamboo mat? I'm wrapped up in bamboo mat and hanging 2 meters above the ground. Oh, what was this trap and how did I fall into it? It was Satoko. All started when they suggested I was unfamiliar with nature, having grown up in the city. Proposed a little exploration in the mountain.
But Rena doesn't really know how it is back there either. Rena might get lost. Oh.
Mountain out back, huh? Played there a lot when I was little, but I haven't gone back there for years. Get lost out there, things get pretty dangerous.
You can leave the mountain to us. The whole thing is our playground. Isn't that right, Rika? Yeah.
Oh, I see. How reassuring. We'll defer you two to this time and have you be our tour guides. Yeah, definitely could phrase that better.
Wait, Keiji, summer vacation guidebook says not to play on the mountain because you'll get lost. It isn't summer vacation yet, so it's alright. You know the path, so there's no need to worry. The mountain has already been our playground. Always been our playground. Our backyard. We know all the secret paths and shortcuts.
Dude, all chat head empty. All streamer head empty. Everyone head empty. Yes, both Satoko and Rika-chan knew the path like the back of their hands. Thanks to them, we had a fill of fresh air, gorgeous views of Mother Nature, likes of which you could never see in the village. Things got pretty strange partway through.
Oh yes. Everyone, I have something to say. From here on, you must follow exactly where I go.
Huh? Talking about all of a sudden.
Be safer to do as Satoko said. Why, oh my. Hey, Mii-chan, look at this. What is it? Should I pull it? Should I?
Oh god, suddenly. Squeak.
Fresh.
Rena pulled the kite string. Bundle of bamboo spears fastened to the tree branch all came raining down to clatter right next to where Rena was standing. What? What? What is this? What? What? Gah.
That brings back memories. Satoko made this trap in second semester of second grade. That was a close one. The tips of the spears are covered in dog poop, so when one of them hurts you, the wound will start to fester.
When did this turn into freaking Vietnam? Right, Satoko and Rika-chan. Early in elementary school, Satoko had been on a trap-making craze and set them up along every inch of this mountain.
Ichikun, maybe they didn't tell us not to go on the mountain because we'd get lost, but because it was dangerous.
Mion and I both nodded wholeheartedly at Rena's hypothesis.
Come now, we're hurrying on ahead. We do not return soon, it'll get dark. If it's dark, it may become even dangerous for me.
You're the one who brought us here, us to this crazy mountain. If I was an average, healthy Japanese boy like me, being forced to deal with life-threatening booby traps. And then, the very moment Satoko and Rika-chan got out of sight when the three of us all got caught in the nice little traps together. Someone get me out! I have to go to the bathroom! Never mind that, somebody get the bucket off me! I can't see in front of me!
I can't see in front of me! Oh!
Hey Ren, don't struggle around too much. I can. Oh my god. Pantsu. Oh, Miru.
Oh, you saw? Ichikun, you saw? Oh!
Smash, crash, smash, 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 crash, crash. Of course you can see them. You may be in a bucket, but you can definitely. Bucket Rena was using me as a sandbag, and Mion was crying.
Can't get out of the pitfall? How sad, how sad. Geez, didn't I already tell you all? You weren't supposed to leave my side.
Finally had an epiphany. Satoko had been so bent on taking everyone out to the mountain that she wanted to brag about all the traps she set out here over the years. She could have stopped just showing them to us. They needed to experience how it felt firsthand. John Petter, our three heads in sequence, in an incredibly satisfied mood. Should we keep going? We only went for an hour. But I'm doing a thing later and I need my voice for it, so I think I'll have to end it here for today. Maybe we can do another HEWWO this time this week in a couple days, so it won't be too long. So it won't be too long. So, with that, thank you guys for watching! And I hope you had a fun time. Have a good day, good night, everyone. Alright? And I'll see you next time. Okay? Ready? Bye-bye! Bye-bye!